womanly bosom. Anyway, let me just see if I can pause this. Anyway, just heading into well, there's no shops open in Into besides Superdrug, but I have to cut through there to get to Marks and Spencer's. I'm basically going to the discount aisle, not for myself, but for the cats. As everyone knows, obviously I'm vegan, but I do buy my wild little ferals out. I wouldn't say they're little, but my wild ferals outside meats. But I don't want to buy full price. I want to buy discounted meats. I feel better when I do for them. Almost there. I do hope I pick up a few chickens for them, not live ones. You may be wondering why I'm pausing and stopping. It's because if you watch my previous video, I said I've got a new phone. So I think the cheap phones I've always had is Alcatel. So it's really nice to have a nice phone, and I'm sort of playing with the pause button. I never knew you could pause videos. It's just the lens though, makes it look wide. Yes, I'm playing with the pause button because I always thought I had to. I was so unprofessional with my YouTube that I had to film and non-stop. Never saw a pause button, but there obviously has been. It's just this phone is bigger so I can see it. I just realised how hungry I am. I went for a really good run this morning, and all I've had, if I'm really honest, is a cup of tea first thing this morning. And then when I got back from my run, I had a really good run, not all the way around the park, but run and walk, but it was better than it has been the last couple of days. And did that, and I got back and I had a coffee, which I'm not really meant to have. And then also between the cup of tea and leaving my house for the run and getting back home, I had my usual ice. Many people that know me know that I'm addicted to ice. I love ice. I had such low iron. I was training for the Brighton Marathon, and I started running in the park and doing all the park runs. And then last year I thought, I wonder if I can do the Brighton Marathon, because I did it in 2014 and I wanted to do it again in 2019. So last year I was preparing for that, and next minute I'm collapsing all over the place, and next minute I'm told, after I gave my bloods into the doctor, that I had to go straight to the hospital. In fact, they phoned me. It's a long story, I'll go into it another time. And I went. Bloody hell. You know. Anyway, I'll speak about it another time. Anyway, so now I'm on really strong irons, not supplements. It was so bad they had to put me on iron liquids. Some really awful stuff. I mean, it's bad enough anyway, but imagine as a vegan, this thing looks, smells and tastes like congealed blood. It's this phosphorus something or another liquid. It's so vile, but I had to, otherwise I would have been having to have blood transfusions, so I had to. So God, anyway, I'll go into that another time. So I'm heading to Marks and Spencer's now. What was I saying? I forgot what I was bloody saying. Anyway, let me just pause this. Yes, I was hungry. I just remembered what I was saying. Maybe I need more iron supplements. Yeah, so I was really hungry, so I normally have ice in the morning. So after all that fiasco, when you have low iron, or you're anemic severely, you have this addiction to ice. But I've been anemic before, but I never had an addiction to ice. But extreme low iron, and I craved ice, craved it, and I just munched down ice every day, just cups and cups, and go to like Starbucks and Costa Coffee and just get these cups and cups of ice and just crunch it down. And when they sorted out my iron, the addiction stayed. So every morning, or the mornings, most mornings, I go to Starbucks, Costa, any little place, because I don't have a freezer at home to do ice. The freezer I do have is just so tiny, it's full of other things. Fingerprints of my enemies. Anyway, so I do, basically have God, I'm just so hungry. I just had this ice, and then when I got back I had a coffee, and then I tidied up and did a few bits and bobs, and I'm now going out to Marks and Spencer's to see if I can get anything for the cats. They don't really need it until maybe, I mean, in all honesty, they don't really need anything until tomorrow, maybe evening, and that would be the elderly cat. Because the ferals, they do have something for tonight and they have something for tomorrow, but I do like to stock up for them, so I'm going to do that now. Let me pause again. So I'm in Marks now to pick up a basket. Can you believe I'm picking up a basket without gloves? I always have gloves. I'm going to head down to the discount aisle. I love when everything's really, really discounted. Like chicken down to, whole chicken for £4.50 down to 60 pence. But £1 plus would be all right today. But I think maybe a lot of people would have. Oh, yeah, I've got some organic chicken, but it's still really, really expensive. And you've got the, see if I can turn, oh God, I can't even turn this around. Got the, yeah, they haven't done it yet. They haven't done the, there is chicken and things like that, but it's still really expensive. Like this organic chicken was £12. It's gone down to £5.94, and then a little bit later on it's going to go down even further. Turning this camera around would be difficult, because then I'd just be filming like all this food and lots of people going around in masks. So I'm just going to see what there is. So we've got all the vegan stuff there. So yeah, I don't know what time they're doing anything, so I'm just gonna, what is that? Well, we've got the steak and Irish mash, which is £1.51, but I don't think the cats want to eat mash. And I would have picked up a chicken if it was down to £1 something, but it's an organic chicken, and it's a large one, and it was £12.91. Now it's £5.94, but I still don't want to spend so much money on a chicken. And you've got like slightly cheaper, £3.30, but it's got pork wrapped around it. I certainly don't give them pork at all, ever. Organic cucumber, 80p. God. £0.80. I do really want to get anything for myself, but it's I have to continue my healthy eating. Got some tomatoes there. See, I've wanted to make a lasagna, vegan lasagna, since last week. I did buy this stuff here. It's $2.25. It's gone down to $1.70, but I know I can get these things for 20p and things like that. But I've got basil here, 26 pence.